Welcome back, fellow armchair generals. This is Gamer 1745 here with my continuing playthrough of Hearts of Iron 3's Black Ice 10.41. Now, well, hey, can we again try to get 6 people? Oh, hi, I want to say hi, Sauron Mordor. You definitely say hi in lots and lots of videos. Really do appreciate that. You are a hero, so if you're watching this, hi. But let's see if we can get another 6 people to say hi as well at the start of this. Just hi. You can add more to the message, but love 6 people to say hi. Right, we want to look at production. Let's come here. Let's get 4 more coastal submarines. And let's get 2 more, or 2 standard submarines in production. There we go. Let's add in a heavy transport. 27 ICs now. Okay. That's almost finished, which will help a bit with the practicals. Those are along the way, which will help with that. Now, as you may have seen in last episode, with the mining effect, the strategic effect mining in there, it is putting us into the positive of steel. But I'm not regretting this purchase. I might have just done 3 of these, but we are going to be these are going to do a production run of 6 of them, of 7 ICs over time to stack with the heavy IC. And obviously these guys are, that's about done in Königsberg, but I think Berlin is maxed out already, but we're doing others here that we're going to definitely need steel for. And as we grow into places like Austria and Czechoslovakia, although they will give us definitely some steel, I don't know that it's equivalent, enough to fully fund the factories. Because these are modified now, we're down a little below. Again, why? Adding it. At 4.78, I'm not really worried about buying too much more. Yeah, if we did the bot clopper, we would be out of this as well. But still. Okay, SS command. Well, we're going to come down here and try to recognize battlefield commanders. Delay between attacks is improved, and we can also get some HQs for our evil dudes, or more evil dudes, or special evil dudes, or whatever. Okay, battleship crew training. Yeah, we definitely don't need to continue that. Let's do divisional HQs. And air superiority tactics advanced. I think that's over here. Yeah. Might do those fairly soon, but let's do that. And second Sino-Japanese War. Stop trade with China. Continue. Let's continue the trade with China. I don't need to We don't need to stop that. We can see that Japan is doing quite well, though. Wonder at some point we will lose that trade. They take it enough territory down here. That's the French enclave, the British, the Portuguese. And a lot of the way that at this type of stage, for a long time, and I still think around this time, until the major war breaks out, they're still bringing in, Shanghai is still in Chinese hands, and excuse me, stomach there, still is coming in this way. And because it's given over to national territory of Japan. How interesting. So bringing in stuff that way, but even if it wasn't, probably a lot of the German shipping would be coming into places like Hong Kong, which and then put on rails and heading out. Macau is truly an island. I mean, it's, and so is Hong Kong, but they have the new territories. And so Japan really wasn't bombing or stopping that kind of thing, so the trade could still get through. Okay, yes, good thing we are expanding some of that. Now, yeah, I think we should. Yep, I think we should. What I think we should is, let's look for some rare materials that are fairly high level. Wish you could sort by province, by resource. To find, because again, this is a percent, okay, 11, that seems pretty high. It's a percentage modifier, so 16, it's rather high. Rares extraction, we'll get that going. Yeah, I guess we'll also do 11. We've already, okay, so we've got through to the oil there. I don't know that we're going to continue to push the oil up. Yep, okay. We're going to do that. Push those. Those are expensive, but helpful. And oil, well, yeah, we'll let that continue. Okay, Romania's coming to our alliance. Okay, military rations and military ammunition. Production, it's okay, over here. 1940, stop those. Okay, well, okay, we want to okay, base and construction at least 2. So that is here. That's what we've been waiting for, 1939 or 1938 to come to do the 1939 technology, so that we can get a landing craft, which needs marine and holes at least 2. Oh, we have another one. Let's get transport ship engines improved. I think we have plenty of both of these to get through to here. Get these done before we need to. But it's always worrying seeing that. Okay, additional supplies, production. I'm just not used to this. Okay, these will, of course, increase our supplies. So we can shift some ICs to other things. Oh, here we are already. Okay, so got some subs, heavy aircraft. Let's do two of these. How long is production time on these? Oh, a long time. Almost a year. Did it really take them that long to build a submarine? I know it takes, like 3, yeah, depends on what. The US did remarkably fast, but still that was probably about 2 years to build a battleship or a carrier. 3 years not unheard of, and for most of their major Britain, Germany, Japan, we're talking 3 years for a battleship. But a submarine, yeah, I know it's not a full year, but still seems long. I would think 6 months. I don't know. Yeah, let's get some more subs in production. Okay, well, we are making some money from the Soviet Union, getting supplies from them. So what we're going to do now, I guess, is see about getting some rare materials as well from them. Yeah, I guess that's a good idea. There we go, industry advance, which will probably make these go even more. Okay. I think that was that one maxing out. Or this one. Okay, well, that's right. That I just remember. Unlock those two. Right. Okay, so let's get both of these going now, because I really don't care as much about radios. Basing I do care about. Let's do move decryptionals. Nav tactics we don't need, right? I mean, as in need now. We're getting the industry. Yeah, there we go. Getting the industry to actively being researched now, not just eventually, is an important thing. Destroyer escort role. And special forces unit. Combined arms. That I think is okay. Okay, again, we're just expanding our industry incredibly fast, which is great. Transport aircraft, yes. Why does Iran want to buy zinc? Yeah, that's sort of the problem with some of this trading. Tungsten from nationalist Spain. I could see them wanting to buy tungsten, but not from nationalist Spain. Okay, traction suspension. And unlocks light armor. Very good. Okay, these are getting bigger deficits as we're losing negativities here. Right, okay. Diplomacy, Soviets, we can do again with them. I think what we want to do here is let's not quite that well. Right about that. And that'll put us in a deficit of trade. That'll be fine because I think the Soviet Union can afford to buy stuff from us. Okay, oil refining advance and steel production advance, which will of course help in here as well. Well, these are okay. That's a 39. Let's do. Oh, we've already got. Okay, oh, that's good. Maybe we can sell some to the US as well. Bloomberg Fritsch affair. Gains in descent. Well, we want to lower that down. Soviet Union, we would give them money for crude oil. Okay. Sounds good. Oil processing, more energy, good. That may be enough to get us out of that. Negativity. Core command. Okay, that's grayed out. You can figure that out if you want to. We'll do elastic defense. Okay, 2% ICs. That's a little better. And some of these others. Until October 38. Okay, we'll do this. We'll have a few big guns. Okay. Zinc from Australia. Yeah, you needed zinc, didn't you? Take command. And there we go. Let's do the OKW. Okay. There we go. We have this here now. This adds these guys. Really, they got a really screwy command structure here. Which I hope I'm getting this right. You have the Oberkommander or Oberkommand des Heers. That's the overcommand for the army. Okay, and that's supposed to be the head of the army. Then you have the Oberkommand der Luftwaffe, head of the Luftwaffe, the overcommand. And then you have the Commander Kriegsmarine for the Navy. Then you have this. This is the Oberkommand der Wehrmacht, which is supposed to be on top of all of the rest of the other formations. But why is it a lower command structure and not above the command structure when it's clearly Oberkommand der Wehrmacht? Well, what really sort of happens is, because you can see the, in essence, liaison officers here for the three branches. But my understanding is the Oberkommand der Wehrmacht basically runs the war in the west/south to whatever degree, and the south not really in the sense of Rommel down here, but more the war as it comes to Italy, and they're fighting in Italy. Though Kesselring is sort of doing his own thing at times. And the Oberkommand des Heers is running the war in the east. And yeah, there's not necessarily as much coordination as you might think between them. It's really sort of messed up. So yeah, this is Oberfeldhaber des Ersatz, and this is the Oberfeldhaber des Wesen. Okay, this would be the Ersatz, which is Ersatz means sort of a little fake, might be. Like ersatz surplus ammo is not really surplus ammo, but made ammunition, for guns, made by the same factories that make it for an army, say like Hungary, in modern day sense. They have I think it's Selen below is the main that's sort of the high-end manufacturer. Maybe they own the production facilities for I don't know anymore, for the Hungarian army. But during the Cold War era, obviously there was a ammunition, small arms ammunition production in Hungary for the AKs and the PKs and other sort of machine guns. Well, okay, you can sell off the surplus of it at some point, getting old, out of date. Now, what you can do is keep those same factories running, put them in very simplistic boxes, and sell cheap ammo instead of surplus from the army. Just sell it into the civilian market. So it's ersatz surplus is not real surplus, but it's ammunition sort of made it basic army level ammunition, which may not be very good. I'm not saying bad ammo, but just sort of ammo. So, but this is sort of what is often called the home army for Germany, the sort of reserve army for Germany, and these locations are a bit arbitrary, I believe, because this would be really back in Berlin, and just how many things do you want to stack there, and so I guess we can put this under here as sort of running the east, and now here well, now he should not be here yet. Von Braun-Amoli, yes, is a field marshal, but he was Austrian, and he did not come into German service until Austria is invaded and taken over. Von Rundstedt, okay, fine. Army Group South, so calling it currently. No leader over here. Yodel, okay. And also logistics, that's what I'm sort of looking for, is logistics wizards. Okay, where Keitel was, and this, yeah, Keitel is a yes man. Okay, he is. That is probably the correct position for him, but we're going to put him back in charge over here. Now, what happened to Keitel? Oh, we're on skill. Let's go rank. Yeah, there we go. Where's Keitel? There's Keitel. See, skill not very good. Mostly having him here is to having the supply benefits, so not using too much in the way of supply. Right, okay. Yes, and we could have waited for this to be formed. Okay. Until May. Not that long, but 2%. What did it include? Okay, well, it's a motorized battalion, medium armor. Not bad. Hopner in charge of it. I'm sure we'll find some use for it. Obviously, we could switch Schoenhurst. Launched, okay. Scharnhorst, I should say. All right, okay, we have the Scharnhorst. We'll send you over here to rebase. Kriegsmarine. Well, let's change Raider over as head of a Kriegsmarine. I'm not planning a I know it's overstacking for this. Oh, I touch. If I actually click the right keys first, it works best. A raiding campaign with my pocket battleships. So creating a proper fleet, I think, is in order. Okay, well, oh, Gneisenau is also launched. Very good. Gasoline engines advance. Very nice. That, I believe, is here. Yes, stop that. Rolling artillery barrages. That sounds like a plan. Oh, we know that. Okay. Thought we said to come over rebase here. Oh, what we did, that was the other one was Scharnhorst, right? Okay. There we go. Now we have a decent, not anything we want to go take on a major. Fleet, British fleet, but aerial mines, very good. But if we're gonna skirmish with some aerial mines, one and done. If we're gonna skirmish with some fleets, that's a decent one. Now, what did I just get distracted from? Oh, that's right, I saw this up here. Okay, realize, and this is one reason I haven't really been doing much with the structure. You will get a few of these as time goes on. as Goering reorganizes the Luftwaffe. Basically, yeah. Okay. Now what we need to do here is we now have a lot more units here. So let's, well, what's Bulgaria want? Money for fuel, money for fuel. Okay, Bulgaria, I'm trying to get you to like us. You, I don't care enough about. Wait for a day to go by. I'll make sure that these units don't disappear. Okay, twin engine bomb bay advance. Yeah, that was almost done when I guess we started it. A large caliber machine guns, that seems fun. Okay. Let's start attaching these to here. You very well may have historically been that command, but I don't care enough. We want Castle Ring for ground force use, and I don't want to lose him, as it were. Yeah, we'll put Richthofen in charge. Okay, then we can come up to these flak regiments will find the nearest Air Force command that we can give them to. We will when we, and often I don't do this now, but I'm just sort of hopefully minimizing supply usage a bit by having them in the command structure, and hopefully we have some officers that will help with that. Could attach them to the fighter corps, I guess. Fighter fleegers, right. Let's see here in Berlin, there we go. Also over there. Okay. These guys here we're going to put them under, right under Hitler there, because it's the command structure. Okay, this division here. Oh, that's right, we need some more HQs. There we go, still 10 over need, production of over need. Battle fleet concentration doctrine. Right. That is here. I think, okay, it needs to be at least 3. Yeah, we can continue that now. We want to get commerce defense. something worth having, I would say. Sure. Yeah, really, they're really buying. Other nations are now buying production licenses. Okay, Uruguay, you wanna do that? That's fine. We'll take the money. You can have it. You know, the technology of building a ship. Now, I'll tell you this right now. Uruguay did not have the technology to, even with plans, with drawings, with technical expertise of building a destroyer. At least that's my very, very strong belief. Could they have ramped up industry? Well, yeah. Humans are very or can be a very inventive people and can develop and figure out things like that. The reason they couldn't, because they didn't ramp stuff up is it wasn't cost effective. Let's just say for the moment, because I don't want to look at this thing going by, they wanted a destroyer. And let's just say they didn't want to just order a destroyer from Germany or from Britain or someplace like that, because expense. But let's just say, yeah, the expense of making the, if you will, precursor industries to be able to actually build a destroyer would be greater than just buying one from Britain or America or Germany. But they also don't want to, and this game doesn't have arms trading in it, obviously, but they don't want to just buy a destroyer. What they could do is go, yeah, okay, hey, Germany, yeah, hi, how you doing? Yeah, we've noticed, whether Germany sends out a sales brochure or military expo, or something. We've noticed you're making really cool destroyers. They look really nice. We would really like to build one. Now, we know we can't build any artillery, so the guns on it we can't build. I'm not sure whether it would be a big like diesel engine or a steam turbine engine in it for a destroyer. I'm not really sure at this time. Bigger ship steam turbine it would be. But yeah, we'd like to buy, the engines for it, the propellers, because propellers are big things that need special machining to make. We'll buy the propellers and the driving shafts, that go from the engines to the propellers. Yeah, that's something we can't make. And some other, hey, you're also, building all the little small components too. All the sort of small components to these things. Yeah, and probably realistic at this time. We want to buy a bunch of sheets of steel. Oh, and a steel sheet bending press thingy. Big thing that, or maybe a roller, as well as a stamp kind of thing. Yeah, we want to buy these things and, not two precursor technology. Yeah, and send them all down to Uruguay. Send them down there with a few technical expertise, and yeah, we'll build the ship. We'll actually shape some of the bits and pieces, the whole shapes, whatever. We'll do some of that ourselves, and we'll weld the thing together. We'll put all this together. But yeah, send us the engine, the drive shafts, the propellers, the guns, some of the other sort of gun mounting components that are just gonna be we could maybe machine some of them, but just cheaper. Buy a few from there with the machine with some. Oh, and they're also buying a collection of some machine tools, and so they could get to where let's say for the government, maybe even half of the expense of building it, to sort of basic labor, shipyard labor, putting all the things together in the shipyards. Because sure, I don't know where the steam turbines or the large diesel engines like you see in submarines, whether they could have been built in Hamburg or Wilhelmshaven or Bremerhaven or somewhere, have the big factory there, or they could have been, built over here and put on a train or taken out on a barge or something, and delivered to the shipyard. I don't know where some of these major components are built. I mean, they could be built right near the shipyards, or they could be built somewhere else and shipped to the shipyards. But it's not directly shipyard labor, if you will, producing some of these other components. So it's like a lot of the non-shipyard labor and or machining. They were still doing, for various reasons, and a lot of it was technological still, doing riveted hulls. Germany and the U.S., to my knowledge, were the best. I know I've said this before, but not everyone watches everything. We're the best at welding two fairly thick plates of steel together. I mean, most halfway developed nations could weld some level of plates together, but welding thick ones together, Germany was technologically advanced on doing that. I think the U.S. was about equal. I don't know where Britain or the Soviet Union is, but you look at a lot of like British tanks, their armor, up until the 1940s and a lot of their armor is, I think, riveted, not bolted, but riveted together. So it's easier for them to build a frame for the tank and then drill holes through the steel plates and put rivets in, as opposed to like Czechoslovakia was doing at this time, as opposed to putting the two pieces of armor together and welding them together. Later on in the war, they start getting more and more welding technology, and it's not even that they don't know how to do it, in air quotes. Yeah, a few guys might know how to do it in Britain, but it hasn't like come spread out to the factory floors everywhere. The techniques and the instruments and the tools and whatnot aren't commonly known in the industrial capabilities in Britain or in as well as Germany. I don't really think so, and maybe in some elements within Britain, but you can definitely see like Italian tanks to the end, their riveted holes. France is mostly doing cast armor. Soviets, they're doing cast armor, thinner plates. I don't know if they get welding technology from Germany. I do know that Germany sells them the steel rollers to make KV-1 and T-34 tanks that otherwise they couldn't have made. Yeah, smart move, Germany. Now, maybe the Soviet Union could have bought the rollers from Britain or America or somewhere else, the steel rollers to make that armor. Germany was thinking, oh yeah, they're buying these big heavy steel rollers, build ships. We'll sink the ships with bombers or submarines. Doesn't really matter. But they ended up making tank armor out of them, with them. And the Soviets never had they did not make rollers big enough to do that kind of stuff, at least not during the war period. So, yeah, you sow your own seeds of destruction. So yeah, somebody like Uruguay or Argentina or Brazil very much would either order ships from a European producer until after World War II, and America was like, yeah, we've got all these extra ships for sale, or maybe we'll just give you one as an aid package. Be friendly to the NATO Pact, not the Warsaw Pact, kind of thing. And to the point that now navies have changed enough, but but they might, to some degree, want domestic production of some element of that. I know, like Yugoslavia, when they get invaded, they're producing some like destroyer class ships, but also buying some. But I think they're basically sort of licensed production. And my understanding, again, because I don't know all the details, is like some of the major difficult components are being bought from France. I think it was, engines and guns and whatnot, and it was more of an assembly, which is a lot of manpower in cost there that they could have it as a domestic cost. One, it goes back into their own economy. Two, it's their own currency and it's not a foreign exchange problem. So yeah, licensed production isn't so wrong, but it wouldn't quite be the idea, oh, they're giving us a little bit of money, thank you, you get to go away with the plans and build your ship. It's more like significant technical assistance. But I think on that note, we're going to end this episode here. I want to thank all of you who made it this far into it. Really do appreciate those who like hearing me talk about things. See you next time for even more, yes, more Hearts of Iron.